TJ Houshmandzadeh, 12-year NFL vet. TJ, what up, baby?
Man, Acho, how you doing, man? Good to be here.
TJ, why are you so suave right now? Okay, relax.
Oh, man, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I'm good.
TJ knows all there is to know about a lot of these prospects. I know you trained several of these prospects, so TJ, excited to have your insight. And TJ, let me actually start with you because you know a lot about the Steelers, spending the majority of your career in the same division with the Cincinnati Bengals. Shedeur Sanders, a very polarizing quarterback. Before you joined us on the show, many of us have him going outside the top 5. Shady actually has him going number 1 to the Tennessee Titans. But assume he goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Does he make them instantly better?
The key word, Acho, that you said was instantly. Absolutely not. There's not a rookie that's coming into this league that's going to make their team instantly better.
Yep.
It's too hard. Like, you go to the Pittsburgh Steelers, the defense is going to be exactly what you need. But there's ebbs and flows. There's going to be so many peaks and valleys as a rookie, especially a quarterback, that the word instantly, I believe it's virtually impossible for a rookie to make his team instantly better. Now, his problem at Colorado was taking sacks. The Steelers, they do not have the best offensive line. And you're in a division where a lot of the time you may be playing catch-up because you have Lamar Jackson, you have Joe Burrow. And so does that bode well for the offensive line and what was a supposed weakness of Shedeur Sanders? And so instantly, absolutely not. He's not going to make the Steelers instantly better, but there's not one rookie that's going to make their team instantly better.
Let me respectfully disagree with you, TJ, and it's not because of what I see from Shedeur. It's from what I don't see. I don't think you can assess Shedeur by the measurables. I don't think that's the case, but Shedeur Sanders has it. And the best quarterbacks I've ever played with or played against, they all had it. TJ, it was something about them that just galvanized their team to winning. Shedeur has always been a winner. We know this. Jackson State turned that team around. Colorado, I know the Big 12 well, turned that team around even before Colorado moved on and moved to conferences. Turned that team around. Shedeur just has it. It doesn't have the strongest arm. Doesn't have the quickest legs. But for whatever reason, there's just something about him that turns franchises around, and he's always turned franchises around. So I'm reminded of that saying, if all you see is what you see, then you don't see all there is to be seen. That's what it is with Shedeur. If you only judge the arm strength, nah. If you only judge the mobility, nah. But if you can look at the intangibles, Nick Foles did not have the strongest arm. He was not the most accurate. He was not the most athletic, but he just had it. Shady, you know Nick Foles well. Nick Foles had 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in his 2013 campaign en route to leading us to the playoffs after we started 3-5. We finished that year 10-6. That's before Nick Foles became the Super Bowl MVP for the Philadelphia Eagles in 2017. So Shedeur, for me, can make them instantly better, not necessarily because of what you see at a combine or at the NFL showcase that they had at Colorado, but just because he has it. And if I'm trying to assess Shedeur, I'm just blindly trusting the fact that he's always had it, and I'm going to assume he's going to continue to have it, whatever that it for him is.
Yeah. I mean, I love Shedeur. You guys know that. If it was me, I would take him as the #1 quarterback in this draft. But I don't think any quarterback could just impact the team and make them just way better. I just don't believe. That's why I never really judged rookies. I mean, I remember last year before the draft, we talked about Caleb Williams. And you guys were talking about him, oh, man, you thought that instantly the Bears would be a playoff team. I didn't think so, because I'm thinking it's a rookie. Got to learn. It's going to be some good. It's going to be some bad. It's going to be more bad than good. That's how it works. So I never really thought that a rookie could do that. Now, there's some quarterbacks. You talk about C.J. Stroud, right? He's an outlier. He had his year that he had. You talk about Jaden Daniels this year, right? But I wouldn't bank on that. I wouldn't bank on a rookie just changing my franchise in the first year. This is really, really hard to do. I remember my time of starting as a rookie, right? And I'm a running back, and it was so hard just trying to do everything right. Imagine being the quarterback. I have to get everybody right, lined up. You look at this year, Bo Nix, right? I thought that the team overall played well, but he's the quarterback. He gets the credit for it. So I just think it's really hard for a rookie just to impact the team the next year.
Yeah, let me respectfully disagree with you, Acho, because a rookie quarterback, for me, it's probably the hardest position in all of sport to play. And then when you get to be a rookie, okay, now you're going to go in, maybe George Pickens is there, maybe DK Metcalf is there. It's very difficult to play at a high level. We got really, really lucky to view the year that Jaden Daniels had last year, to view the year that Bo Nix had last year, to view the year, like Shady so eloquently said, of C.J. Stroud the year prior. That's not the norm. And when you look at that situation, this tells me that there's no way that Shedeur or any rookie quarterback in this draft class, including Cam Ward, in my opinion, are going to make their team instantly better. And when you're specifically talking about the Steelers won 10 games last year with two different quarterbacks that I would suggest are better than Shedeur Sanders in a very, very difficult division that plays nasty football, has great defenses, bad weather. Now, I get what Shedeur did at Jackson State. That's amazing. I get what Shedeur Sanders did at Colorado, Acho, but Colorado and Jackson State, they are not the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are not the NFL. They are not the AFC North, excuse me. And so I almost think he's better off not going there. I think Shedeur Sanders is better off sitting, learning the game, and developing for a year. If you go to Pittsburgh, and if Pittsburgh decides at number 21 to take Shedeur Sanders, you have to play him right away. You are not playing Mason Rudolph. And sometimes when rookies play right away, there's some confidence issues. When they struggle, how will that happen? I think Shedeur is going to handle it well. I think Shedeur is going to be a good player in the NFL. But to put that kind of pressure on him, there's no way that I can say that Shedeur Sanders, as a starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, will have 11 wins in the AFC North. That is instantly better.
All right, let me ask you this, though, and it's for y'all, but Chase, it's really for you. Because people tell me often on social media, Acho, that was a rare W. But I'm like, y'all tell me often that it was a rare W. Chase, you said something like, it's rare that we see what Jaden Daniels did. It's rare that we see what C.J. Stroud did. But then I'm thinking to myself, we saw Jaden do it. We saw Bo do it. The year before, we saw C.J. do it. 2 years before, we saw Herbert do it. Year before, we saw Lamar do it. Year before, we saw Deshaun do it. Usually there's one quarterback a year that has a rookie season that exceeds all expectations. So though we continue to say it's rare, because in our minds, to Chase's point, to Shady's point, to TJ's point, it was rare from about 2000 to 2014, 2015. But since 2017, Deshaun, excellent rookie campaign. Lamar, excellent rookie campaign, led the Ravens to the playoffs. Herbert, excellent rookie campaign. Stroud, excellent rookie campaign. Then last year, Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, excellent rookie campaign. On average, about one quarterback a year has an excellent rookie campaign. I don't think it'll be Cam Ward. I don't think the Titans are that good. No slight to Cam Ward. To me, this is all about the Tennessee Titans. So if someone were going to have an excellent rookie campaign, I believe it would be the player that would go to the team that can carry him the most. Steelers defense can carry him. Steelers are going to try to lean on the run game. Regardless of having an explosive runner, they need to acquire one in the draft. And Steelers have, right now, one of the best wide receiver combinations in all of football in DK Metcalf and George Pickens. I say right now because George Pickens may get traded. Those are some reports. So is it too far-fetched, knowing that there's usually one a year, to assume that Shedeur could be that one?
No, because you go back to Deshaun Watson, you go back to C.J. Stroud, you go back to Justin Herbert, you go back to Jaden Daniels. Those guys, to me, were elite-level quarterback prospects. They all were, I don't want to say can't-miss prospects, right? Because we weren't sure what Herbert would be coming out of Oregon in that spread-it-out offense. But the other guys were pretty freaking good. And I'm not saying Shedeur's not good. I just don't think when you specifically say those guys that Shedeur Sanders is on that level. It's no slight to Shedeur. It's just saying those guys right now, coming out of college, were in a better place to do it. And you look at the situation that they were in. They were all in better situations, in my opinion. So, yes, Shedeur Sanders has a chance. He could be the outlier. He could be quarterback 2 taken. Shady thinks he should be quarterback 1. I could maybe see that, but he could fall out of first round. And I just think when you look at it from on the field only, prospect-wise, Shedeur Sanders was not a better prospect coming out with those guys.
Real quick before TJ goes, what about Bo Nix? Before this year started, you thought Bo Nix would do that, what he did this year?
No.
So would you just say that Shedeur was better than Bo Nix?
Sean Payton.
But I'm saying if you had to compare them to Bo Nix or Shedeur, you would say that he was better than Shedeur Sanders?
I think Bo Nix is better than Shedeur Sanders.
Okay.
This is what I think. It's the AFC North that makes it hard. That's what makes it so hard. And you have a defensive coach in Mike Tomlin, and so they want to run the ball, play defense, and try to limit his mistakes, limit as many times as he's going to throw the ball. When you talk with Bo Nix, you have Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Coaches matter so much when it's a rookie quarterback. That play caller, the guy that's going to develop you, it matters so much. And so is Arthur Smith that guy? I mean, we don't know. We don't know it. When you got to play the Baltimore Ravens twice, you got to play the Bengals twice, and the Cleveland Browns offensively, it's not much to talk about. But defensively with Jim Schwartz, you got to face those guys twice. It's not easy.
It ain't easy facing the Bengals.
No, we
Last year's Bengals.
Hey, we putting up points, so you got to
year's
keep
Bengals.
up.
Yeah,
You got to keep up.
Defense is not great.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.